I've been teaching in this country since 1979. I take now at age 5. Before I used to say 7 or so, but because we are following ISTD's syllabus, which offers the primary primary can be going, but what I do is, because the exam system is there, I take them at beginners when there is no exam. I just get a local dance teacher and come and do a internal test, and then they move up to primary. So by the time they are primary and all, they're 7 years old, and they are able to understand their body. I find it very interesting teaching. The syllabus is very, very good, and gives. Before that, I used to teach like what I learned, lots of steps, and maybe youngsters cannot cope certain aspects of the footwork and all, but we still think that is a step we need for this dance. But now, because we are following the exam, I'm kind of holding back on all those tough steps till they reach that grade. So slowly taking them through the grade. I never put so much attention on theory and teaching children how anything fits into talam and all of that. Now, when I teach itself, I say how a particular jati fits into the talam. And that has given a different, although it was important, and if the child is interested, we would always explain, but now it has become a part of my teaching.
Well, currently we have about 170 students, and which is very good. And interestingly, it's probably half and half. Half of them are adults and half sort of younger people. We have a very structured delivery lesson. And I have 2 other teachers. They follow my lesson plans and they follow that. But within that they are allowed to do anything to suit the class. But we have games, we have other things. Suddenly in the middle of a class, they will be doing a balance exercise. Well, nothing to do with suddenly a chakkar, but I know the balance exercise will make the brain think differently. So it's quite dynamic in that way, even on the Zoom, because only immediately from trying to think the classes, the Zoom coming in my head, because last obviously 15 odd months it has been like that. But I think they definitely find the classes interesting enough that they don't give up.
Many of my students, when they come here, they start continuing learning from me for a long time. In the sense, they may go to, they start from the 7 years and they come to the GCSE level or A level, and then they stop sometimes for the universities. Again, they come back here. That's how it is progressed. In learning in the institution, one is very good, especially in Bhavan. Why I'm saying this is because there are other discipline artists there. Dance is not just one discipline. There's a Odissi we teach Kuchipudi, we teach Kathak, we teach Pradangam, we teach Carnatic music, Okul, Hindustani. They get exposed to different, as well as we teach the language and things. Usually what we usually do it is, for basic we make them technically very good. And afterwards I ask them, I do a lot of arangetrams, like nearly 90 arangetrams I have done. And we ask them, arangetram means it's not just going on a performance and do 8 items or anything like that. They need to study deeply into the subject. And they should know that there's the stories behind each songs, and they should know the music about it. They should sing and dance also. That's why it takes 1 year. We said you should concentrate and then do it.
Aranga means stage, atram means climbing onto it. So basically it's a age-old tradition when people used to learn a kind of margam, what we call as a repertoire. Olden days, various different items were there. Now we've been given, these are the sensible items to choose to do Arangetram. So that is which the whole margam provides a root. Margam means it's a root. Okay, it's a root which starts with a particular technique involvements, and then it moves on to including abhinaya and other, and then it becomes more complicated. And then it also offers storytelling or interpreting 9 emotions, the navarasas, or you can choose, and javalis, which are like light-hearted, like a lover's quarrel kind of. So it gives the repertoire should have, we choose it in a particular way. It has bhakti, it has a romance, it has devotion in a different way to celebrate God's forms and things like that. And plus it will have plenty of exploring your own achievement, the body, how much body conditioning you have done. So explore that also through Adavu, Jatis and the Tilanas and the Jatiswarams and things like that. Arangetram is a self-achievement, whereas ISTD is like achieving a degree, which everybody does. ISTD, the examination route, is like to prove to everybody, including the Arangetram students, that where they are at, where they have reached, and whether they can sustain that interest to be some, to take dance to another place.
For your training before Manch Pravesh, in the morning you are hearing the nagma, you are hearing the tanpura, all day it will buzz. Imagine you doing that for 3 months continuously. Your feel for the art form, for the dance, it's not a set of steps and exercise. The sound means something else to you. That same sound, as we know, Nad is Brahma. The sound, the vibration is the Brahma, is the God, what we talk about. So to feel the Nad, to feel the sound by continuously doing it. See, when you practice something, you do it quickly, 3rd time, 4th time, 5th time, okay, go home, gone. But one thing you are doing 100 times, 200 times, next day again. It's not just, there is nothing called perfection. It's not perfection. It's the process. In that, what is doing inside me? What is music meaning to me? Suddenly I would hear like, it feels good today. It's different today. But you have to give that time and space for that, and it's dedicated. And why it is also important, the students take this as a huge challenge, and they are the solo performer in this performance, and they are the focus. The people invited, 100-odd guests is coming to see them. So it's the sense of that responsibility, sense of that pride. I want to give my best. You go to 10 Arangetrams, the quality would be up and down slightly different, but in their own pace, they've gone up to there through that process. And that's why it is, to me, it's a very important thing. It's a very important thing.
Arangetram, always we ask the person who can capable of doing it, because everyone are not capable, but we, in the beginning, nearly 5 to 6 years, we pushed them to do a good performer. Afterwards, if they are okay, then only we talk to the parents whether they must have the finance also, because they need to hire the theatre, they have to hire the musicians, and they need to do the brochures. But the motivation of the Arangetram is they study completely whatever they study. Because they need to perform in front of their friends and their relatives. They want to be the best. Especially nowadays, it comes in the YouTube and other things. In those days, it was not there. Because of these things, they have a kind of competitiveness. On top of that, they will put some of the items on the online. They want to see that whether it is thumb up, thumb down, all those things will come.
Okay, so my name's Nandhika Ramnath and I'm 14, I'm nearly 15, but I'm 14. And I've been learning dance for 9 years now.
When I was younger, it was always something that I considered, oh, it was only for like professional dancers. But then the more Arangetrams I watched, the more I kind of thought, well, maybe that could be me in the future. So it kind of developed over time. Yeah, it is. It's a lot of practice, a lot of dedication. So I've been learning for just over a year now, and it's just repetition, just practice, practice, practice. The nice thing about it is you can, obviously you want to it's a very important thing, but you can also do it as like a way of relaxing. It doesn't always have to be so serious.
At first, when I was younger, I wasn't, because it seemed really, really scary, obviously. But then as you do more and more performances, it becomes more of an aspirational thing. So I did get a bit of a push from my mum, I'd say, at first, but then I decided to do it on my own as well. So
it's a commitment, it's a big commitment, it's a time commitment, and it's like how much you want to, depends on how you want to perform, like in here or in India in front of the family and friends. So it's a kind of a mini marriage, that's what we say, it's like how it depends on how well you want to take it. Like, it's not that you can't do, like, even if you're not financially, but still it depends on how elaborate you want to do it. That's the main. I'm trying to make it not very simple, so a little bit elaborate, but just with a guest, we couldn't invite many from India, like with family and friends, so we are trying to get just over here, and just want to make them happy who has been invited, and to make her big day to be good as well.
Virana,